It's Fayd. This is going to be my hammer guide. Full disclaimer, I suck with hammers. Like, intellectually I know how to use them. Like, I know which attacks, are good, which ones are bad, when to use what, but there's so much button mashing involved that I just have not got the muscle memory yet because it's not a weapon I enjoy. It's an amazing weapon. It's very good. A lot of people love it. I just don't. I can't say bad things about it. It's just not my preference. So, and I really do not want to spend 30 hours or 20 hours, whatever, using a hammer to get the muscle memory down to impress people in a guide. I'll tell you guys which ones are good, which ones are bad, when to use what your DPS rotation is, and I'll demonstrate it, but expect some sloppiness, basically. So, getting into the cells, this is probably the best setup, overloaded casing plus a rending cell. This is the other setup you could use, energizing ammo plus a rending cell. I'm using this for demonstration purposes only because it does not steal my health non-stop when I am showing how to do things. I would prefer the overloaded casing. For your armor, I think, in my opinion, forceful recovery is probably your best option. I'm not putting it in anything because it's only for hammers, and I'm not a hammer user, generally speaking. So, not using it. But forceful recovery, cheat death, shielded medic, as usual, those three are all viable. I just think in this case, forceful recovery is probably the best. You want tenacious cells in pretty much all your gear. In the legs, there's two good options. Blade Dancer would be my preference, and Stylish Reload would be the second option. That being said, I've changed my opinion on blast dodging, as I have been playing hammer somewhat to get ready to make this video. Not getting great with it, but I'm competent to an extent, and blast dodging is amazing. I'll demonstrate that. It costs way less stamina than a normal dodge. The iframes are super consistent. It actually feels really good. And getting 3 ammo for using an ability that costs 2 ammo when you have a blue or higher, no reason not to use that, honestly. I can't think of one. It's literally you're getting paid ammo for using your ammo. It's great. And then you're going to want, again, just tenacious cells for your lantern. You can use heal, shield, or stamina, but be aware that I would not suggest using a stamina lantern combined with stylish reload, or a stamina lantern combined with energizing ammo, or energizing ammo combined with stylish reload. Because any of those three put together with another of the three is just going to be overkill for your stamina. You don't need any stamina cells or lanterns with tenacious cells. It's really just a quality of life thing if you want that. Having two is, I think, overkill, at least in my opinion. So I'm going to go fight a rage... No, not a rage tail gnasher. Jeez. It might even kill me. I'm so bad with hammers. A rogue gnasher. No, it wouldn't kill me. But the main problem I have with hammers is not that I'm not quick enough to do things. It's that I like clicking a lot. And it's just a habit I've developed from playing FPS games or playing RPG games where things have like a casting time. So you start using a fireball and it's channeling and you want to get your next skill out as fast as possible. So you're spam clicking it. Doesn't work well with hammers because you end up right clicking and just shooting and wasting your ammo instead of fluidly going into your next combo. Doesn't work well. So if you see me right click randomly and shoot out for no reason, that's why. I clicked way too fast and I clicked way too many times and it just did it. And I still do it subconsciously. I can't help it. It would take me a lot of work to get rid of that, which is probably why I don't like hammer. But yeah, anyways, your normal combo is just standing still left click. I wouldn't ever really suggest using this. It has spear syndrome, pike syndrome, whatever, meaning it hits a lot of body parts at once for smaller amounts of damage. And what happens if you have a group of 4 pike users or 4 hammer users that are only using this, you're going to damage every part pretty equally of the behemoth, and you won't be able to break specific parts well, which means you might end up killing it before you get the break parts you want. Not very convenient. Lunging strikes, pretty much your bread and butter DPS. You just hold your W and you spam your left click. Boom. First and third hits do a ton of damage. You generally want to prime those ones. The middle one does alright damage, but not worth priming if you're trying to worry about stamina or you don't have enough ammo. Repeating uppercuts is okay if you're trying to get some quick DPS. I never recommend priming this because priming slows attacks down. So these are supposed to be fast. That pause in the middle from the prime makes them slow. You might as well just be doing this instead. Basically, is my opinion. Hammer jump, you hold shift and right click, or hold shift and right click twice. You can do it from a standing position or from running. People usually don't know that you can do it from standing. You can also use hammer jumps to get up walls, again from standing or running. I'm not great at it. I made a video on how to do it. It just has to do with like how far away you are from where you're trying to get to, and you end up going up different heights based on the distance, like that. Your aerial strike is basically just doing a hammer jump and a left click, like that. And again, that was me clicking too many times because I'm used to spam clicking. I hit after I landed just because I was clicking a bunch when I was in the air. It's just how it works. Evasive blast, right click twice while moving or standing still, as long as you're not holding shift. You're good to go. It has iframes. It's awesome. If you look at the stamina from a roll versus the stamina from an evasive blast, it's like nothing. And if you get a perfect blast dodge with that stylish reload cell, it'll literally refund you all the ammo that you used. It's awesome. Primed strikes, basically if you're using an attack and you right click in the middle of it, boom, you get a prime strike, does more damage. It's good, but it costs stamina. Inline reload. If you are not full on ammo and you attack and press Q after the attack lands or misses, but at the end of the attack anyways, you get ammo back. Yay. So theoretically you can do something like, you know, this, but then reload at the end, or let's say I'm really short on stamina. You can reload at the end of your attacks, like however you want. I'm not great at doing this, but the idea is you can do it like this, where you literally just keep one going even though you have no ammo in between each skill. Like, you get it back at the end so you can prime the next hit. It's pretty strong. It does eat your stamina, though. Basic reloading is basically just you press your Q key or whatever, and you want it in the white part of that meter. If it gets in the grayer area, you get these yellow ammos, which are weaker. Oh, excuse me. Very tired. It's been a pretty busy few weeks. And yeah, just yellow ammos, meh, not good. Your normal right click you can use to boop things. It takes a lot longer than it used to charge up, I feel. But if you don't like that, you can actually do this instead, just a dodge right click, and it'll shoot faster. Pretty good for booping like Pangar and whatnot. And one thing to note is that your dodge left click attack does not go into lunging strikes, it goes into horizontal hammers, which I don't like at all. I wish you had the choice of switching that, but you don't. So don't do more than one attack after a dodge in general. Now, as far as DPS is concerned, your normal DPS combo is going to be a jump prime attack followed by a lunging strikes primed, followed by non-primed, followed by primed. You don't have to use a reload to do this. So basically this, okay? And I'm sorry if that was hard to see, but you end up with no ammo. You can reload directly after. That's your easiest combo without any fancy cues at the end or whatever. You're gonna need to know how to jump prime. That's just how hammers are. That's your highest damage, basically, is just entering with a jump prime and then following up. So the combo again, this, and then if you can, follow it up. If you can't, dodge out. Something else to note with jump attacks, you can do them from anywhere. You don't have to have a lot of air, you know, in air quotes. You can do it from here. Even though it looks like I didn't go anywhere, you can still get a jump prime in. It's really important to be aware of that, because most people aren't and think that you have to be at a certain distance. You don't. You can be, as long as you're close enough. There's no too close, okay? The more complicated combo, I'm sure I'm going to mess this up, is basically jump prime with a reload into lunging strikes, prime, reload. Okay, thank you. Anyways, basically it's just a prime and a reload, prime and a reload, prime and a reload, over and over again, as much as you can. And that's like if it's staggered or something and you're getting free DPS, just spam your reloads, spam your primes, keep damaging it as often as possible. If it's just running around like this, it's not important to do that, because you can reload after every time you back up, go back in for a jump attack, get out, do another one. You can reload after that if you need to get your next attack in, and then run away. Even if you're empty on ammo, you can always reload to get that next hit, right? Usually, though, you don't need to. You could just do it after you leave, because the behemoth is going to hit. As far as blast dodges, like that, it's insanely easy. Like, I can't stress enough how easy this is. I'm a horrible hammer user. This is like the easiest thing ever. It is very annoying, I will say, to land on top of a behemoth and then take damage for it. But whatever. I can't really say much else about hammer. It really is just this thing into this, like so. That's how you're going to be DPSing. It's very repetitive. The real part where skill comes in for hammers is mixing in your blast dodges, so managing your stamina and being aware of when you're out of stamina versus out of ammo, because most weapons in this game don't have quite a strong relationship between their like special ability and their stamina, but this does. If you want to use your special, you need stamina, and it's super important to be aware of which one is higher, which one is lower. That's why I said it's okay to use these energizing cells, because they do help you with that. Like, for instance, with energizing reload, as long as you're reloading a lot, you're totally fine on ammo, or on stamina and ammo. Like, if you use it there, I actually got some of my stamina back just for using a reload at the end of that attack. It's not just with your normal Q reload, it's with every reload. So even at the end of an attack, you get stam from that. Like that. So I hope this was helpful. Sorry I'm not demonstrating too much, but there's not too much to demonstrate. It's really just you hit from your jump prime. If you can, then you continue the combo. If not, you just dodge out. And there's no real situational combos for a hammer. You just want to get your biggest damage hits in as often as you can. And that's about it. It's very similar to axe, but it's a lot more mobile. So yeah, good luck. And hammer's a great weapon. Definitely try it. And if it's your thing, congratulations.